So last weekend, my roommate Jake and I decided to finally fix our leaky kitchen faucet. You know, the kind of trip that's just persistent enough to taunt you during Zoom calls, but not urgent enough to call for professional help. Jake was convinced that with a couple of tools, some elbow grease, and a dozen YouTube tutorials, we'd have it sorted in no time. The only mildly strange thing was that Jake insisted on wearing his old swim trunks just in case, which I chalked up to his usual overpreparedness. We started by dutifully watching a video titled How to Fix Your Faucet Like a Pro, which, in hindsight, should have been a red flag since the host was broadcasting from what looked suspiciously like a kiddie pool. Nevertheless, we plunged ahead. The first step was apparently turn off the water supply, which we accomplished by turning a suspiciously wobbly knob under the sink. I'm not sure if it was the right knob, but the faucet did stop dripping, mainly because the entire pipe under the sink came loose and started spraying water like a malfunctioning fire hydrant. Jake yelled for towels, but all we had were paper towels and, thanks to laundry day, 4 pairs of mismatched socks. By the time we managed to slow the aquatic assault, our kitchen looked like the set of a low-budget water ballet, complete with a half-deflated pool floaty that had, somehow, floated in from the hallway. The situation escalated when we heard the unmistakable ding of a Google Maps notification on Jake's phone. Apparently, someone walking by had reported indoor water activities at our address, and Google had updated our apartment's pin to read Splash City, now open. The truly bizarre part was when our landlord showed up, not with a stern warning, but in full swim gear, goggles, swim cap, and flippers, ready to inspect the new amenities. As he waded through the kitchen, he just shook his head and said, "Well, boys, I always wanted my properties to make a splash online, but this is ridiculous." And that's the story of how our attempt at home improvement turned into the only apartment in town with a 5-star rating for wave pool authenticity. Turns out, you really can go overboard on DIY.